Let me make one thing abundantly clear for the soft-skulled, dumb, idiotic, moronic bitches who don't know and understand context. A few things that I would like to say and point out after a lot of the, I would say, criticism or discourse that I received this week, but it's kind of just turned into hate and actual blatant transphobia because it's women who look like me calling me a man and saying that no man's ever going to want to date me because I wasn't born with female reproductive organs. It's really disheartening because as Black women, whether you agree to call me a woman or not, doesn't validate my woman experience any more or less for me. But it's unfortunate because we should all know as a community of Black people that Black women are the most masculinized group in America. We've seen it with Beyonce, we've seen it with Megan Thee Stallion, we've seen it with Michelle Obama. There is such an inherent need from the world to figure out if a Black woman was born a man or not.
Girl, good night. Pick a bed and go to sleep.
And so when you have a woman who is actively disclosing on the internet that she is trans, but simultaneously explaining and expressing the struggles of navigating that within dating for safety reasons, because a lot of men will sit there to your face and lie and say that they don't like trans women, and then we're also the most searched category on P-Hub. At the end of the day, I'm a woman, whether you agree or not, and so I move in accordance. I'm not gonna be on a date with a man unsafely because the last time that I went to a man's apartment, he raped me. And I have an active investigation with law enforcement that's pending right now because of said circumstances. So let's make that abundantly clear first and foremost. Second of all, everyone trying to call me a predator for not disclosing that I'm trans on a first date in public is crazy, because that shows where y'all's true morals and intentions lie, because some people, believe it or not, when meeting someone for the first time, their first thought isn't to sleep with them. Maybe that's just me, but that's usually not my first thought. Never in my life have I gotten on a date with a man and brought him back to my apartment or vice versa and he not know I was trans. Because yeah, that would be inherently predatory, but I've never done that. So there's a pretty big difference between meeting up with someone in a public setting to get to know them, like maybe what's their favorite movie? What's their favorite food? What do they like to drink? What do they do for fun? Where do they work? Not, oh, how can I get you back in my apartment to sleep with you? Maybe because you all act from a predatory mindset of the minute you go on a first date, you're thinking about how you can get someone in your bed. Maybe that's something that you do, but don't project that onto me. Because as someone who has never, ever once slept with someone who didn't know my business or ever once put someone in a situation who didn't know my business, that would be crazy. But again, a lot of y'all haven't actually experienced SA. I have. So I understand the moral implications of ever putting someone in harm's way. If that had happened, law enforcement would be involved with me on that end, but it hasn't happened and it won't happen. Because one thing I'm not gonna do is put myself or someone else in danger. There's no coincidence in that. So it's just unfortunate because I would not expect to see women who are supposed to be like my sisters tearing me down and not even giving me criticism that feels constructive. Most of you are literally just calling me a man, and that's not helpful. It's not nice. It's disheartening, and it's unfortunate because, again, we share a lot of the same similar features as Black women. Whether you agree or disagree, you know it's true. I know it's true. The world knows it's true.
I beg your pardon?
I know you're going to argue in the comments and be like, no, you look like a man. I'm a real woman. Whatever. No such thing.
I beg your pardon?
No such thing to everybody else. Because clearly, women like Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion, and Michelle Obama have proved otherwise to the society. So until we as a race can realize that all Black people have to be uplifted within community for us to actually feel like we're making a difference and being able to be lifted up, it can't just be only cis Black women and cis Black men, but men who aren't queer, men who aren't bisexual, or men who aren't gay, or gay Black men, but only ones who aren't effeminate. It sounds fucking ridiculous because we're all Black. The first thing that anybody else sees when I walk outside is that I am Black. I am a Black woman. I love being a Black woman. I am rooted within that, but I don't like when other Black women feel the need to tear me down over the same thing that we both experience.
What?
It's tasteless, and it's not productive. So, until you guys realize that you are jumping on a bandwagon that you also are going to be experiencing from everybody else, is the sooner that you will realize that it's just a vicious cycle. And that's why education is important. Say what you want about me, call me what you want, call me a predator, I'm blocking and reporting you, because that is a completely false narrative and it's defamation of character. Because I actually have been essayed, and I can tell you with 100% certainty that going on a first date with someone and not telling them you're trans when all you're doing is getting coffee and getting to know each other isn't predatory when your intentions don't lie in getting to their apartment and sleeping with them. Hope that helps. And to those who still can't seem to grasp that because you read at a third grade level, I hope and wish better for you. Otherwise, the thing you're going to have to learn how to read is your account has now been suspended. Anyways, have a great Friday and remember to stay positive and be loving.
Alrighty, sir. Let me give you a few tips. First of all, the all damn audacity to just talk about what you are and negate the rest of us. No, like you said, whether you want to hear it or not, person like myself is a real woman and you are trans. That's why you have to put that in front of your name, okay? I've never had a penis. I will never have a penis. So I am a real woman. Don't call me cis nothing. Sister, cisgender, cis woman. No, none of that. I'm just a woman and you're not. That's why you have to delineate yourself, because you are not. So all of this, how people should treat you, do you not hear the way that you are speaking? Do you not hear the way that you are speaking about and towards women? You want to be a black woman so bad? Guess the fuck what? This is what comes along with it. If you think there's some sort of sisterhood and everyone is so nice and giving and loving and support, it don't work that way. So if you want to be a part of this, then you get the same smoke, it seems like, that the rest of us do. Say something somebody don't like to another black woman. They don't give a fuck. Have an opinion that another black woman don't like. They don't give a fuck. You go get married and they don't believe in marriage or they hate men. They don't give a fuck, okay? I don't know why you think that you're special just because you choose to become a black woman and everyone's supposed to love you. It don't work that way. And your little glass bubble of thinking that we should all get along, where the fuck have you ever seen that at? You ain't never seen that before you decided to become a woman, and you gonna see that once you decide to go full throttle, if that's what you decide to do. You just over here saying shit. You just mad because regular straight men don't want your ass. Let's be honest and clear. You just mad that regular straight black men or whatever color don't want your ass. No matter how much makeup you put on, no matter how many spiders that you use, no matter how many wigs you plaster to your head, they don't want you. That's why you don't want to let them know. Now, don't be mad because people decide on what they do and do not like. That's the problem with black women to begin with. So you got that part down, okay? They cannot take anybody else's opinions and thoughts in the way that they want to live their lives if it goes against what they want. So you've come to the right place, boo, if this is the life that you wanted to live. So if you think that every black woman, most black women are going to accept your foolishness, now listen, go find the 92%. Most of them will, for sure. Well, enough of them will. Let me say enough of them will, for sure. But when you start talking about how you going to tell real women how they supposed to be, how they supposed to act, and what they should do, girl, black women don't like other women telling them what to do. Get that down in your dictionary of shit that you think that you know. They don't like it. We don't like it. You not gonna tell me. You ain't heard that before? You better get that in your repertoire while you over here thinking that you know everything. Just because you change what your face look like, don't change the rest of you. And clearly you got some issues. Clearly you haven't studied actually black women, or else you wouldn't be up here saying this dumbass shit, because you sound half damn crazy. Because I know, being a black woman and how other black women act towards women, that they can't relate to and they don't give a fuck about. So you can continue to get up on this damn TikTok, whine, complain, and carry on. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck whether you was trans, not trans, partially trans. I don't give a fuck what it is that you are. Nobody gives a fuck. So if you think the rest of the world is supposed to give you grace just because you're you must be a Generation Z person. It just don't work that way. If you want to play games with men and you don't want to tell them the truth and you want to use them, because that's in essence what you're doing, using them for their money, for food, for whatever the hell it is that you do, and you think that's fun, funny, and cute, you clearly haven't been paying attention. You clearly don't spend your time appropriately here on this internet to find out how those things worked out for you. But if you want to take those chances and you want to go ahead and play around, have the fuck at it. This is why y'all get no empathy and sympathy, because you like to play games. Shout out to Sydney Starr. You go ahead and play those games like she playing those games. you end up in a situation similar or worse, you ain't gonna get no empathy and sympathy from the rest of us. You better go talk to your queen diva, Funky Dineva. Maybe he can help you understand now that he's finally seeing that some of y'all are out of your GD minds. But go ahead and ruin y'all shit. I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, I don't have to be delusional about what the hell it is that I am, regardless of what the hell it is that anybody thinks. That's your department. And if y'all think that this is the best thing for y'all to do to try to get a man, good luck. Not really, but good luck to y'all. Anyway, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are normal. Make sure you hype this daggone video. Make sure you comment. I see you all in the next one.